Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Nurul Afifa binti Cik Nazmi, metric number I18303437 from Management Information System. Today I would like to present Chapter 7 Telecommunication, the Internet and Wireless Technology. Okay, today I want to explain Subtopic 7.1. What are the principal components of telecommunication networks and key networking technologies? If you run or work in business, you cannot do without networks. You need to communicate rapidly with your customers, suppliers, and employees. Until about 1990, businesses used the postal system or telephone system with walls or fax for communication. Today, however, you and your employees use computers, email, text messaging, the internet, mobile phone, and mobile computers connected to wireless networks for this purpose. Networking and the internet are now nearly synonymous with doing business. Okay, let's start. I want to explain networking and communication trends. Firms in the past used two fundamentally different types of networks, which are telephone networks and computer networks. Thanks to continuing telecommunication, deregulation, and information technology innovation, telephone and computer networks are converging into a single digital network using shared internet-based standards and technologies. Communication providers today, such as AT&T and Verizon, offer data transmission, internet access, mobile phone service, and television programming as well as voice service. In addition, both voice and data communication networks have also become more powerful, which is faster, more portable, smaller, and mobile, and less expensive. For instance, the typical internet connection speed in 2000 was 56 kilobytes per second, but today more than 80% of EU households have high-speed broadband connection provided by telephone and cable TV companies running as 1 to 50 million bytes per second. The last is broadband wireless. Increasingly, voice and data communication as well as internet access are taking place over broadband wireless platforms such as mobile phone, mobile handheld device and PCs in wireless networks. More than half the internet users in the United States use smartphones and tablets to access the internet. Okay, next, what is a computer network? If you had to connect the computers for two or more employees in the same office, you will need a computer network. In its simple form, a network consists of two or more connected computers. Furthermore, major components in simple networks such as client and server computers, network interface, connection medium, network operating system, routes and manage communication on the network and coordinates network resources. Hubs are simple devices that connect network components, sending a packet of data to all other connected devices. A switch has more intelligence than a hub and can filter and forward data to a specified destination on the network. A routers is a communication process that routes packets of data through different networks, ensuring that the data sent get to the correct address. And the last, software-defined networking is a new networking approach in which many of these control functions are managed by one central program, which can run on inexpensive commodity servers that are separate from the network device themselves. Next, figure 7.1 show components of a simple computer network. Figure 7.1 illustrated here is a simple computer network consisting of computers, a network operating system residing on a dedicated server computer, cable or wiring connecting the device, switches, and a router. Okay, the next is networks in large companies. The network infrastructure for a large corporation consists of a large number of these small local area networks linked to other local area networks and to firm-wide corporate network. A number of powerful servers support a corporate website, a corporate internet, and perhaps an extranet. Some of these servers link to other large computers supporting banking systems. Internal company networks using mobile wireless local area networks, which is Wi-Fi networks. In addition to these computer networks, the firm's infrastructure may include a separate telephone network that handles most voice data. Many firms are dispensing with their traditional telephone networks and using internet telephone that's run on their existing data networks. Okay, I want to show you figure 7.2. Figure 7.2 explain corporate network infrastructure. Today's corporate network infrastructure is a collection of many networks, from the public switch telephone network to the internet to corporate local area networks linking work groups, departments, or office floors. However, I want to explain key digital networking technologies. Contemporary digital networks and the internet are based on three key technologies, which are client or server computing, the use of packet switching, and the development of widely used communication standards, the most important of which is Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol or TCP or IP for linking disparate networks and computers. Okay, let's start. Client or server computing is a distributed computing model in which some of the processing power is located within small, inexpensive client computers and reside literally on desktop or laptops or in handheld devices. These powerful clients are linked to one another through a network that is controlled by a network server computer. In addition, the server sets the rules of communication for the network and provides every client with an address so others can find it on the network. Client or server computing has largely replaced centralized mainframe computing, in which nearly all the processing takes place on a centralized mainframe computer. The Internet is a largest implementation of client or server computing. Okay, next I want to explain packet switching. Packet switching is a method of slicing digital message into parcels called packets. sending the packets along different communication paths as they become available and then reassembling the packets on they arrive at their destination. In addition, in circuit switch networks such as the telephone system, a complete point-to-point circuit is assembled, and then communication can proceed. These dedicated circuit switching techniques were expensive and with available communication capacity. The circuit was maintained regardless of whether any data were being sent. Packet switching makes much more efficient use of the communication capacity of a network. In packet switch networks, messages are first broken down into small fixed bundles of data called packets. Okay, figure 7.3 show packet switch networks and packet communication. Data are grouped into small packets which are transmitted independently over various communication channels and reassembled as their final destination. Okay, the last is TCP or IP and connectivity. A protocol is a set of rules and procedure governing transmission of information between two points in a network. However, today corporate networks are increasingly using a single common worldwide standard called Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol. TCP or IP was developed during the early 1970s to support U.S. Department of Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. It's called DARPA. Efforts to help scientists transmit data among different types of computers over long distance. Department of Defense reference model for TCP or IP have four. The first is application layer, the second is transport layer, the third is internet layer, and the last network interface layer. Application layer. The application layer enables client application programs to access the other layer and defines the protocols that application use to exchange data. And the second, transport layer. The transport layer is responsible for providing the application layer with communication and packet service. This layer includes TCP and other protocols. And the third is internet layer. The internet layer is responsible for addressing, routing, and packaging data packets called IP datagrams. The internet protocol is one of the protocols used in this layer. The last is network interface layer. At the bottom of the reference model, the network interface layer is responsible for placing packets on and receive them from the network medium, which could be any networking technology. Two computers using TCP or IP can communicate even if they are based on different hardware and software platforms. Okay, figure 7.4 show the transmission control protocol internet protocol reference model. This figure illustrates the four layers of the TCP or IP reference model for communication. Okay, that's all from me for today. Thank you for your listening and watching. See you the next time. Have a good day, guys.